Today's best music.
Magic 89.9.
Our next guest is, believe it or not, titled as Miss Parañaque 2019. She's also judged in the run-up to Miss Manila 2017. She's standing 172 centimeters tall. Has worked on television, pronouns, is a professional model. And the great thing about her is she's an advocate for recycling plastic. Also runs a YouTube channel to promote mental health awareness. And which goes by the name of Masterpiece with Naelah. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Miss Earth Philippines 2021. And at Miss Earth 2021, Miss Naelah.
Hi, everybody. Hi, guys.
Hi, Naelah.
Did I say that correctly, Naelah? Is that correct?
Yes, Naelah.
Butchered your name. Okay. All right.
No, you said it fine.
Hi,
So you're
Naelah.
from,
How are you doing?
You're half Syrian, half Filipina, correct?
Yes, correct.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to make sure. All right.
So how did you, have you been here ever since, or did you make your way here to the Philippines?
I moved to the Philippines when the civil war started in Syria. And so I've been here for around 11, 12 years old.
Oh, okay. So you've been here for quite some time already. How has it been? I mean, with the pandemic and everything, like, have you picked up any new hobbies, gotten into anything new?
Yeah, during the pandemic, a lot of cooking, a lot of eating, while you're inside, you can't help it.
Comes with the cooking, right? I mean, you gotta taste whatever you make.
Golf, as well as probably punch needle art and video games. A lot of
video games.
Yeah, League of Legends and Valorant.
Oh, there you go. Valorant. You are talking Gino talk right now. There you go. That's what interesting.
Tell us the changes that you had to make moving to the Philippines at a very young age. Was it easy for you, or was it more challenging?
Goodness, of course not, because Syria is a completely different culture compared to the Philippines. So just going to school in CSA and wearing a skirt was culture shocking for me. I was like, what am I wearing? I am not used to this. We have to wear pants in Syria, cover our legs as much as possible. Yeah. So getting used to that, it was a bit difficult. But now I don't remember how it's like to be Syrian. I'm more Filipino.
Right. That's cool. I mean, if you were here at like 11 or 12, but yeah, like, I mean, it's such a, I actually wanted to get into like one of the things that you're passionate about, which is, recycling plastic and everything. It's such a specific kind of advocacy. Like, what made you get into it? Or what was it that kind of like, okay, yeah, this is something that I want to kind of stand up for?
Well, in general, I like to protect the environment, all of cases, but I wanted to focus on the niche, which is plastic. Because when I was segregating my waste, I looked at the amount of plastic that I myself was creating per month, and I was like, holy moly. So a person like me could create that much plastic. How about multiply it around all the people in the world? How much plastic would that be in circulation? And how about every single plastic you've ever used in your life still exists on this planet? Just because it's out of sight doesn't mean it's out of mind. And that's why I was promoting that advocacy.
And also mental health awareness. I mean, you have a YouTube channel just for that. I mean, at such a young age, what made you, go dive deep into that? I mean, it's for a 20-year-old to advocate it. I mean, was it traumatic for you? Did you have an experience that is close to you that you said, okay, you know what? Let me speak up on this.
Well, me personally speaking, I was very suicidal at a young age. I had a lot of things going on in my life. I had to leave a country which is in war. A lot of our properties were flattened by the bombings. experiencing that kind of thing, as well as coming from a broken family, it causes a lot of stress towards you. So the only way that I could deal with it is holistic remedies, which is self-help, understanding yourself and understanding how that could benefit you. So I started the channel, and I was talking to a lot of psychologists, including my old psychology teacher in college, in order to help people, because when the pandemic started, suicide rates started increasing.
Yeah.
So I wanted to reach out to people and say, like, yeah, I also tried to commit suicide 5 times in my life, and I was almost successful. But I want to let you know that there is a silver lining somewhere. And if you find your purpose, you can inspire other people. And luckily, my purpose was to help the environment and people. So it kind of took me out of that rut.
I mean, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, how are you able to see that silver lining, during those times? Obviously, not everyone is able to, do that introspection right away. But what was that initial first step that helped you seek help, that helped you see, okay, you know what, life is more valuable. Life is so precious.
The
was
thing
it
is,
someone?
I want to take my own life, but the thing is, I loved my friends and I loved my family more than I hated the life that I was in. And the truth is, I didn't want to kill myself, but I just wanted to kill the life that I knew. You know what I mean? That means I just want to kill that old me and recreate a new me. And I just want to figure out how to start that. And I think a lot of people are going through that. So what I did is I went through therapy. I actually hired a psychologist or a psychiatrist to help me get through it at first. And then slowly I just started reading on self-help and also talking to psychologists.
Oh, that's awesome.
I mean, there's a lot of people that are getting inspired just by listening to your story. And you being part of Miss Earth 2021, we know that we've heard lots of stories about how, contestants are very hard on themselves. And
there's a lot of pressure that goes into it.
A lot of pressure. I mean, not only, externally, but internally.
Let's face it, you're also exposing yourself to, so many commenters online, and we all know that like the internet can be it can be a great place, but it can also be cruel at the same time. So,
I mean, how do you balance that out? I mean, that whole being in the pageant and for
the stress factors of becoming a pageant. Sorry, it's a little bit rainy here, so I was having a hard time listening. Well, you're never gonna release all the stress of the pageant, but you just need to put it in a way where it's not so stressful towards yourself. What I do is I meditate. I wake up in the morning, I understand my emotions so that it doesn't get the best of me. So it doesn't control everything that I do.
Yeah.
It's like breathing. Yeah, Gino, sorry. Take it away.
What would you say, Sam?
Nothing slick. Gino, take it away.
I'm going to help you out here, Sam.
Thank you.
I know that I don't know how competitive you get when it comes to online gaming, but League of Legends and Valorant, like they are known to be two of some of the most toxic online games that you can actually get into. Like, how has that worked out for you? Because I mean, like outside of Dota and these are on top of the list of toxic video games to get into online. How has that been like for you?
Well, honestly, League of Legends is my main game. And I know that at first it would bother me how toxic people are. But as long as you keep playing it, you kind of get used to it. And you're like, that's just part of the language. It's trash talk. If you're playing basketball and you trash talk your teammate, it doesn't mean you hate him. It's just a part of the game. That's how I see it. Right. So I just start to enjoy it instead of like letting it affect me.
Yeah.
Because they don't know who I am. So why should it even affect how I feel? I'm just there to enjoy.
I bet you 100% if your teammates found out like who you are, like they'd probably stop trash talking you. I'm not even kidding. Like they'd be like, "Oh hey,
Gino, you're smooth like
bro, I'm telling
smooth
you,
like butt."
I know these gamers. I know how they think.
Well, all of a sudden they find out who's hey, whoever you are talking to her. Hey,
I'll be your support. I support you.
But isn't it, if it's just a female voice, just in general, it's more pleasing to the ears?
I wouldn't. Like, sometimes we. I mean, at least for Valorant's sake, and even for Dota, like there are instances that when they hear it's a female voice, like they'll get really nasty, and you know it has happened.
Like sexually nasty? Sexually?
Yeah. Oh man, like if you search for like the Bastos clips of like, you know, Valorant, man, you because there is that veil of anonymity. Like you'll never know. You know what I mean? Like all you have is the gamer tag and whatever.
What are some of the contexts? What are the words that they use? I want to hear.
Words I cannot say on air. Don't say.
Oh, really? It gets that dirty?
It does.
Okay. All right. Okay.
But it's nice that you were able to like adjust and kind of, you know, just, you know, roll with the punches. Yeah, exactly.
At any point, did you like, okay, I'm talking trash. Here I go.
Like me? At any point did I start talking trash?
Yeah.
Yes, I only talk trash when somebody is like really pushing me to the edge. Because like they're gonna talk fast, tell me I'm really terrible, but they're way worse than me in the game. They get way less skills, way less supports, and more depth. That's the only time I talk trash, when I have the right to talk trash.
Can I get a sample? I would love to get a sample.
It's usually whatever he says, I just reply "Mama mo, mukha mo."
Yeah,
very simple comeback.
Oh, that's it. I was hoping for something more graphic, you know.
Or I don't like to be super mean. It's just like something really slow, and then they kind of get really affected by it, especially if they're kids.
What's the worst thing that you said online? Like, at least for trash talking's sake.
I'd rather not say. I don't think I remember. I don't want to remember.
We've all been there. It's all right.
Exactly. Don't worry. It's okay. You get that pass. Everyone gets that pass.
Been here quite a while.
Really terrible people online.
Yep.
Well, speaking of online, I want to ask this: how do you feel with online dating, or the new way of meeting people? Obviously, with the pandemic, it's shifted a lot of our our daily habits, our normal habits. Everyone's now going online, whether it's for work, it's to do banking. Now it's dating. I mean, have you met anyone online through, the app?
Dated. No, I don't think I've ever dated online, but I respect it. I understand it's a progression in society. You know, it's bound to happen. They're even having, I think Bumble. If you know Bumble, you also meet friends online where you try to like work with them. So I think this is just the way forward for our society. Everything's going to be online.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, even in video games, you see it happening all the time. Like, I mean, you've got people that you play with online all the time, but you've probably never met them. You know, I mean, that happens quite often. So
yeah.
Now that you are entering pageants and becoming a candidate, is it harder now? Do guys get more intimidated now that you are a contestant, now that you are a candidate? Do you find that guys are more hesitant to approach you, or more guys flock to you because you are a candidate?
Actually, no, I don't really notice either. I mean, you can't flock to somebody in a pandemic. You
That's
gotta
true.
stay 6 feet away.
Yeah.
I mean, before.
Flock to your DMs, maybe.
DM. I'm sure your likes, your followers are coming in the multiple. Well, if you guys want to follow her, is it Nana Yo Business?
Nana Yo Business.
There you go. That's the way to say it.
Love it.
I mean, I'm sure more guys would definitely slide a DM. It's easier, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a lot easier. It's kind of sad because they don't have the same, how do I put this without sounding rude? They have more guts when it comes to social media because they say the most blasphemy stuff when they slide into your DMs.
Yeah.
You know, they don't say that stuff in person. They don't ask you out the same way, and then they're quite rude if you reject them. So it's funny to me.
So what you're saying that more of the DMs are bastos or non-gentleman-like?
Not gentleman, right? Like exactly what you said. I don't think I've had a person who asked me through DM, like wanted to ask me out, which they said it in a quite nice way where you're like, oh, okay, you seem like a nice person. It's usually somebody who's like super bastos.
Yeah. There you go. Is that an open invitation for Tones? I think Tones is up for the challenge.
Send him one right now. I'm gonna
It's
send
only going to be like the nicest way to ask someone out through DMs. You know,
Exactly. This is how it's gonna happen.
Why am I blocked? Why am I blocked? I'm not even following you. Why is this blocked? Out of all,
I think Neil's had told her to block you.
why? I think there's something wrong with your account. I'm restricted.
What?
I'm just joking.
But what does catch your eye? I mean, what from the interest point was that makes you think like, hey, that person's pretty all right.
What do you mean, like physicality or a person I'm attracted to in general?
Maybe you start off with physical first, and eventually like something behavioral.
I don't know, because for me, I'm more attracted to like behavioral, and that kind of affects the physical. Because if you don't have a good behavior, if I don't find you interesting in that, then your physical is like whatever to me.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go with behavior.
Usually a person who's into a lot of things. I like learning from people. So if this person's interested in various different types of projects, different types of works, or just are interested in a majority of things, I'm usually interested in that.
Oh, okay. Tones. Oh, by the way, I got your email about saving the seals. So, Tones, I know you're so into that. So, it's interesting.
And I also got your Clubhouse invite about, investment banking and stuff. So, it's a new skill that I've always wanted to pick up. Thanks for the heads up, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks, bro.
Thanks, Tones.
Anything for the seals.
Anything for the seals and the bankers.
What a combination.
All right, seals and bankers. You can't go wrong with it.
She's like, oh my gosh, this guy is interesting.
Okay, so basically somebody you feel like you can learn a lot from. Outside of that, what are the other things that kind of, pique your interest in a person?
Make me interested in a person. A lot of that, as well as their experiences in life. If I know the person has gone through a lot of things, I would tend to be more interested because I know that there's a lot of words of wisdom from this person.
I've gone through a lot.
Stones, tell us all about the 70 Stones. How was it
I would think that Naelah likes older men, though, right? I think at 23, you're not going to date someone at 23. You're going to date someone in their 30s at least. At least 20, late 20s, early 30s.
Yeah, usually, yeah.
That's the way. So, pasok.
Like, I don't know if I was a brother at that point. I'm not sure. It was 50-50,
I think you're a brother. You could have said, "Oh, tell us about Elvis."
No, but honestly, I think more girls now like the older guy who's more financially stable, mature, is cultured. I think culture
and is not gonna waste their time.
Yeah,
definitely.
A man of culture.
I think culture
I like that. A man of culture.
beats the youthfulness. Especially now. I mean, with culture, you have so much to learn from, like,
dissect, discern.
Yeah. I mean, she actually took the words out of our mouth that she wants experience.
Nice.
Tones, like if we're just gonna be talking about culture, like Tones is the Yakult of the group. He's like cultured in so many different ways. Man,
I'm the only single. I'm the only single one in the group, so it's totally unfortunate.
No, which is good, is because we're trying to help you, bro.
Exactly, bro.
I'm okay. I'm good.
He doesn't need our help. Like, what are you talking about?
Exactly. He's like, turn off your camera, losers. Okay, how about what's a perfect first date for you?
A perfect first date. I haven't really thought about that. I think a perfect first date with me would probably be to a bookstore. I think that'd be a very interesting date, and then we can pick each other our favorite books.
Okay, so which aisle would you go to?
I just send you my audiobooks. I'll send you my audiobooks.
I like that. I'll send you my audiobooks too.
Okay pa yung GCs mo sa National Bookstore. Okay.
Pwede pa.
Pwede pa, Tones.
So which aisle would you go to first in the bookstore?
Mostly fiction or psychology.
That's a really...
I mean, non-fiction. Non-fiction or psychology.
That's a really strange combination.
Exactly.
Like fiction and psychology. All right.
I'll just say, yeah, okay. I like that. Good one.
Versatility. Get to know it.
So
are you
bookstore?
Are you more of a beach person or a city girl?
I am definitely more of a beach person than a city girl. I love to kiteboard, if you know what kiteboarding is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do a lot of kiteboarding. So if I have free time, I'm probably in Lake Kalaraya kiteboarding somewhere there.
Nice. Tones, you have property there, di ba? It's your lake houses, di ba?
Ali, di ba?
Also, your favorite movie, the one of Keanu and Sandra Bullock, di ba? Lake House. Oh, very sensitive guy. Cultured.
Makabulak ka, ha? Makabulak, ha?
I don't know property, but our friend Struan is renting out his house there. So yeah, Struan. Yeah, he's renting.
Struan.
Yeah. That's why.
Wow.
Look at that. Tones. 6 degrees of separation. Okay, so we've talked about, the things that kind of interest you in other people. But what about the things that kind of turn you off, like the red flags for meeting people?
Overly clinginess and just trying to control a person's life. That's big red flags for me.
Lord.
Because as a person, I just like my freedom. I like my independency. And especially since I work for myself, I pay for my own bills, I want to have that little safe zone. So that's a big, major red flag for me.
Not to build up our boy or anything, but we call Tony the William Wallace of the Philippines because he's all about freedom. All about freedom. Like, he's really just...
That's his middle name.
William.
Wallace.
Wallace.
Siwali.
Why is that? Have you been with guys that are super celoso or super strict?
Possessive.
I was about to go out on a date with somebody who is a professional football player before.
Okay.
And then I canceled my date plan with him, and then he got all pissed off about it, and then he got super overprotective, and we didn't even actually start dating. So I got freaked out with people like that.
Oh, I would get freaked out.
Yeah.
I find it so amazing. It's like the description really fits Tony. Like, it's just no like somebody who doesn't, who is not clingy. He's literally the type who will not message you for 4 months and be okay with it.
And he's like, oh, by the way, you're still there. Okay.
Yeah, like, oh, hey, whatever you want to do. God, getting Tones.
It's amazing.
There's some consistency with not being consistent.
Exactly.
Everything is not consistent. That's the only thing that's consistent.
Yeah.
It's getting deep, huh? It's getting deep, huh?
That's also Tones, Paps.
You lost me at consistent, huh?
It's like they're talking on a different wavelength.
Their chakras are aligned.
We ain't there, bro.
She's into psychology. She's into psychology. So if those are the books she's reading, then definitely has to do with the mind. Everything is, then she's definitely on that right track. Definitely.
But then when you are in a relationship, how are you as a significant other?
Can you expound on that?
Are you also
significant other? It's already getting deep.
Are you also the type that you let the other person do what they want, and you're not.
Yeah, I'm definitely for like hang out with your friends. We don't have to hang out all the time. I like my time with my friends. You have your time with your friends. We could hang out every now and again, but not like all the time we're together with everything. But I do enjoy doing several different types of sports. Like we can have a lot of activities together.
What kind of sports are you into outside of kiteboarding?
I like anything under the sun. I'll try anything. So I've done golf, volleyball, football, longboarding, surfing. Anything that anybody wants me to try, I'm willing to do. I can suck, and that's fine with me.
Wakeboarding.
You can.
I've tried wakeboarding.
Oh, yeah.
I have gotten like the worst migraine from wakeboarding because I tried too hard and I got like crashed 27 times.
That's part of the
just
fun.
Really, just like really hard crashes constantly.
Right.
Like, I want to get the hang of it.
Yeah, and then when you eventually get the stand, it's like this is what it all led up to. Fall down
not the
27,
standing.
get up 28.
When your arms and neck they can't move, you're like Frankenstein.
Worst stiff necks ever.
Yeah, the stiff neck. Oh man, you're holding on too tight.
Whiplash.
You're holding on too tight. But what would you do? Sports under the moon?
Uy.
Pang nighttime sports.
Night sport. Have you ever done night sport? I mean,
he just left us behind, bro.
I know.
Kayo ba? Nag-sports na ba kayo under the moon? Sling, Sam? Wala. Wala.
I would kiteboard under the moon. I heard it's an experience.
oh man, there's a lot of other sports, Naelah, that you have to try out under the moon. There's so many.
Very informative. Thank you.
You learn a lot from Tones. That's just how he is. Yeah.
You gotta try everything once.
Iba ka, Toads. We had someone ask off Twitter, what are some of the, for the whole contest for Miss Earth, what are some of the difficulties, doing it online for you?
Well, the fact that you have to, because when you're joining a pageant, right, you have a pre-pageant as well as the coronation night. But for this one, we have to record every single segment, which is a bit difficult because you have to hire your own videography team. You have to get your makeup done more than one time, not just one day. And you have different locations to do it because you have to do like sports, swimsuits, gown, and they're all different locations. So that's the biggest struggle, just having to video those and pay for the videography team.
Out of your own pocket to make it look good, of course.
Yeah, of course. Because it becomes, instead of a battle of how well you're doing your walk, it also becomes a battle with your videography team and how well they do it as well. So that's a different.
How did you go around picking the team? I mean, how did you cut it down? Did you just ask for, okay, who can shoot? Who's available? I mean, do you just look online or referral?
Mostly referral. I actually started out with a sponsored team, and then midway of my pageant, they stopped sponsoring me for my video team, so I had to look somewhere else. So I looked at a video team that I liked. Like, I worked with them once. They did really, really well for my long gown, and I was like, okay, this is just my team from now on.
Yeah, but isn't it more of a challenge having to do the video component, because obviously, you don't have the crowd cheering you on, and at the same time, the energy, the level of enthusiasm, as opposed to walking down the stage, seeing the judges, the crowd. I mean, the fans.
Even to some degree, like, do you kind of feel like the playing field is no longer even? Just because, I mean, like, let's just say I'm joining the pageant and I have the budget of Jeff Bezos or something, and obviously I'm gonna get George Lucas to film my my videos and whatever, or Peter Jackson or whatever. Like, is there that sort of thing that goes through the back of your mind also, like that? I mean, obviously, because the presentation will be a different thing altogether. Like, is there that comes into mind?
Yeah, that definitely comes into mind, because at the start of the pageant, when I'm a professional model, so I'm used to getting videoed a lot. And when the competition started, my first few videos didn't come out super nice. And I looked at the competitors, and Jesus Christ, they were like full on. They like really spent a lot of time. And I was like, oh, so in this competition, you really need to make sure that you look good compared to, putting your makeup and then going on stage and bahala na, you already look there. You just have to make sure you look good on camera, which is a different ball game. It's a different type of pageant in itself.
So how are the questions gonna be? Are the questions gonna be live? Is it taped as live?
For the what?
For the Q&A.
Q&A portion.
For the Q&A, because we had an intelligence round recently. So the intelligence round is for, I think, top 10 or top 20. And that is live. Usually you're by Zoom live.
Okay.
But I'm not really quite sure about the finals, if that's how it's going to be. But let's see. I'm as surprised as everybody around us.
Oh, okay. All right. So we'll just find out and we'll
find out.
That's August 8th, right? August 8th.
Yeah. August 8th.
On online. Everything will be online.
Facebook Live, I'm guessing.
I think so, but we haven't been advised.
Okay.
Right. Surprise.
So you see, there's
really
4 of us. Naelah, there's 4 guys here. All right. And you have 4 different categories. So there's joke time, good time, short time, long time. So joke time is your funny friend.
Nothing's ever going to happen. Like, you're just going to laugh together, Like, it's just, fun times, clown times.
The good time is the guy that you pour your problems to.
Good conversation.
Your best friend, kind of, like
the shoulder to cry on.
But also, nothing's gonna happen ever.
Yeah,
like, you're just really good friends.
Your kiteboarding friend.
Well, it depends. It depends, Gino. Sometimes the good friend is the one.
We're making it unrealistic tones,
Yes.
And then the short time is the summer fling. The one that's just
fleeting moment of happiness and passion. That sort of thing.
But no.
And then the long time is you want to introduce to your family, at least to your parents. So, who would be your joke time? This is first impression, huh? You don't know us, you see us firsthand. Okay, he looks like he'd be funny.
Oh, so I have to choose between you guys.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Oh, wow.
We're the only choices you have. I'm sorry.
I'm
make it easier
definitely feeling Sam is joke time.
Joke time.
Sam is joke time.
Okay. Next is good time.
I feel that Slick is good time.
Naku po.
Tony is short time, and Gino is long time.
It's the mistake.
It's the mistake. Thanks, brother.
Oh, brother. Don't start, brother.
I did not bring you down today, brother.
This is the first time. The first time.
You didn't bring him down because you already picked him first.
You're like, wala na to.
Wala na to, pare. Di na kailangan ibaba.
Out of the race.
Batik.
But you missed it, Sam. Kanina. Si Gino just smashed Tony.
No, but I was trying to help also at the same time. But like, it kind of got, confusing along the way. So I don't know what
Because she said that she likes a man with experience. Ito si Gino. Oh, tell us about the 70s.
Oh, damn.
Pero diba, experience yun, bro. Marami experience.
Through the years.
Iba.
But thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for dropping by. Thanks for hanging out with us. And
how can people follow you?
Yeah.
You guys crack me up. My cheeks hurt now.
Oh, wait. That's just an hour.
Wow.
What a man of culture and experience you are.
You are full of wisdom indeed.
Look at him. Okay, so how can people follow you?
What?
How can people follow you on your socials?
So you can follow me on Instagram. That's the account that I use the most. So even if I'm in pageantry, my username is purely for jokes, which is Nana Yo Business, because my name is Nana and it's pure
witty.
humor. So it's Nana YOW Business. Nana Yo Business.
There you go.
You want to say hi to anyone?
Yeah.
I want to say hi to Jingo because he told me that he loves your show, so he will most likely be listening in tonight. And I just want to thank anybody who's tuning in right now. And I hope you could support me during my Miss Earth, which is August 8th. So thank you guys. And thank you all for having me tonight. I enjoyed it.
Oh, it was our pleasure. Thank you for dropping by.
Yeah. Come by again. Just for
anytime. Anytime.
Maybe we can grab coffee 6 feet away.
Wow. That's our first time.
Yeah. Social distance, one table away.
Yeah, one table away. That's fine.
All right.
Thank you.
guys.
All right.
I'll go.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.